All right, this is Shanika Bridges Matthew, Shackles Off TV, giving you my account of Japan, Tokyo, day number 3. I'm actually recording this on day 4, which is Thursday, June 5th, 2025. Back in Atlanta, it's still the 4th, 2025. We're about 13 hours ahead of the East Coast in America. Here's some pictures of us exploring Tokyo. Security robot in Japan. We don't want to get too close to it because somebody arrest us. Oh, it's hot out here.
Well, I heard they have like a robot club or a cafe or something.
At your school, they do.
Or a restaurant.
They do. It's a security robot, y'all. Securing the building, I guess, taking pictures of people. So as you can see, they have robots securing the International Forum of Tokyo, which is kind of like the Georgia World Congress Center or any other conference center that you would see in any major city. They have a lot of taxis that also double as Ubers, and they are black. Most of the cars are black and white and gray in Japan. This is some signs of we're about to get on a tour bus. The tour bus that we got on is called the Heido bus. They also have like a sky bus, which is like a hop on, a hop off. But we ended up at the Heido. We were looking for the sky bus, but Heido was there in our front of our eyes before we knew it. And it was only a 1-hour tour around Tokyo.
あと芝生が大きくご覧いただけます。本日は朝から一日東京都内晴れていいお天気が続いておりますので、おかげで。
Now, this tour wasn't long, but it took us to so many things that we couldn't possibly see. This is called the National Diet Building, which is like the National Congress Building. This is the Tokyo Tower, much like the Eiffel Tower. So we got a lot of pictures of this. This is like a major focal point that you have to see, and it's kind of like modeled after the Eiffel Tower. They also have a Statue of Liberty, which I will hope to get some pictures of the Statue of Liberty soon on another tour that we may go on before we leave here. But yes, I think I got pretty good pictures of the Eiffel Tower. They gave us different angles, and mind you, all of these were taken by riding a bus. Okay, so these are different angles that we were able to take on the bus. This is one, I believe this building that I took a picture of is the tallest building in Tokyo. Akabe Hills is a landmark. I think that's what it says. I took a picture of it right there. My son had showed that to me. They do give you like a little QR code when you're on the bus to scan. What that does is help you to understand what the tour guide is saying. The problem with that is that it's hard to take pictures and try to like follow what the tour guide is saying. So I just, toughed it out and just looked at the pictures and tried to take pictures and use my phone.
左奥一帯は東京の海の玄関、東京港です。コンテナ船を中心に、現在日本最大級の貿易港です。構造は上下二重構造に分かれています。現在進めておりますのは二重構造の上半分、首都高速道路11号台場線です。また下には一般道とモノレールのレールが引かれております。それではこの先はレインボーブリッジを渡ってまいります。左右の景色をお楽しみくださいませ。左奥にはアルファベットの F が点滅しております。この辺り一帯はマルミフラッグと申しまして、東京2020オリンピック・パラリンピック競技大会の選手村が置かれていた場所です。反対に右側一帯にはお台場の街も大きく見えてまいりました。球体のついている建物は最近話題のフジテレビスタビルです。中には上半分に展望台、下半分にはメタバースハイと呼ばれる体験スタジオも入っています。 ちなみに球体の重さは1200トン余りあるそうです。
Huge. I didn't know it was this big. It's bigger than New York. And is that a cruise ship?
ありまして、左前方には白い建物と
You can't tell how big it is when you're on the other side. But then when
こ
you
ち
get
ら
over,
は
you're like,
豊
oh.
洲市場です。豊洲市場はこの先、真横を通過しますので、また後ほどご紹介いたします。それではこの先、私が個人的におすすめの動画撮影スポットがありますので、よろしければカメラのスタンバイをお願いします。この先、有明ジャンクションを大きく左にカーブするタイプ。
I know that was a long clip, but you can see that it was just a lot to take in. It is almost overwhelming. They have a very complicated transportation system in Japan, as well as train system, which is what they're known for.
止まっております。左側一帯は豊洲市場です。豊洲市場は2018年、平成30年の10月11日に南の豊洲市場に開場しました。長きにわたって使われてきた古くの老朽化、増えてゆく需要に対しての基地の狭さなどから支援が決定されました。左奥をご覧いただきますと、先ほど渡ってまいりましたレインボーブリッジが再びご覧いただけます。また右前方には東京スカイツリーも見えます。
Now, I've been to a lot of large cities, including Cape Town, South Africa, of course, New York, Las Vegas, just different places around the States, as well as Bangkok, Thailand. And I will say this might have been the biggest city I've ever been to. It is colossal. It is enormous. Tons of things to do. You would really not get bored in this city. I almost promise you. And if you like to shop, you will.
そんな歌舞伎が回ります車は銀座の街へと入ってまいりました。古くから映画の舞台となり、歌にも使われてきたエリアです。この先は正面の交差点、銀座の中心と呼ばれております、銀座4丁目の交差点を通過します。正面の青信号の交差点の右の方に、石造りで上方部に時計がついている建物が少しずつ見えてまいりました。こちらは天井ハウス銀座と申します。昔は和光と呼ばれていた建物です。それでは4丁目の交差点を通過いたします。左右の通りは銀座通り、右は天井ハウス銀座です。
All the people over here.
また左右には日本国内外のブランドのお店がずらりと立ち並んでいます。最後の信号で止まりましてね。左前方、コンクリートの打ちっぱなしの壁の建物です。ソニーパーク店と書かれております。
Here's a picture of a couple getting married. They were doing a big photo shoot out this way. And this is where our tour is wrapping up, right in front of the Tokyo train station. This is the front of the train station. Isn't that beautiful? This is some photographers also taking other shots in front of the train station. This is the bus getting ready to get back to the main point where we started. So this is us wrapping up. Then we headed to get something to eat. There was a little shop. I was hungry, so I got me a burger because a lot of the food there is questionable. The burger was okay. It didn't taste nothing like it does in the States. It's very light. After we ate the burger, I ate the burger. Nobody else ate. We walked on down, just exploring the area down the street from where the Hato bus was. And as you can see, there's tons of restaurants right by it. They're all really, the doors are extremely small in all of them. And I noticed that a lot of people with the restaurants, they'll have plastic replicas of their food, or they'll have pictures of it. Truthfully, the pictures of the food were not that appealing to me. Even the plastic replicas, most of those restaurants I wouldn't, no, I don't think I would try, because the food just wasn't, it was a lot of carbs. Yes, I know. So it seems like in Japan, it's mostly rice and noodles, of course, vegetables, but you don't really see a lot of meat dishes. There's a lot of dishes with peanuts in them. So if you have a peanut allergy, make sure you tell them not to cook it with peanuts, because they will automatically cook, especially if it has chicken in it. Everything's going to have peanuts. So that is a word of advice. Yeah. And also the Tokyo train station, or just the train station, but they do have homeless people, as you can see. There, I took a picture of one person here, but the train station is something like you've never seen. It is connected to literally everything in the city, and it's complicated. It is so many different routes. If you don't buy the right ticket for the right route, you'll just be frustrated and lost. You have to open your mouth. You probably do need ChatGPT. There's a reason why people pay, tons of money for tours, like going with tour companies. I recommend it. Honestly, if you're not someone who is naturally good at, just problem solving when you're in another country, I would do it. Now here we're in the, oh my God, and I'm trying to remember all these names. Nakoto, I think that's the name of it. Oh my God, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But if you are into anime, they have tons of anime shops here. Um,
And their food
yeah,
cheaper
they
too.
just have
Look,
tons of it. So this is us
this
walking through
1,200.
the mall.
Look, they got cheaper prices. You see that prices are cheaper over here. Keep it, Roddy. Let's see.
Right, so this is a really big mall. As you can see, it's very colorful. There's some really good prices in this mall. So you do want to travel a little bit past the Tokyo station. This is about 20 minutes outside of it. And I hope I'm saying this is right, Nakota, Kyoto. I'm gonna have to put something in the description, but they do have a lot of anime shops upstairs, but you can get really good prices on food and clothing if you're in here. Most of their malls are just really big. They have a lot of indoor malls. They are upstairs and downstairs. The tallest one we went to, I believe, was 20 some odd floors, and maybe 14, 15 floors. It was just a lot. If you ever been to Atlanta, Georgia, and to the America's Mart, that's usually where business owners go, but it's pretty much the size of America's Mart. Some of them, especially when you go to Shibuya. And I do remember Shibuya, but this is Nakoto. We went there before. I was trying to find the name when I took a little break, but just trying to show you all the different little things that you can do. We're going to try to go to other areas besides the Tokyo and Tokyo metro area. Again, we're staying in the Disney park area, which is about 15 to 20 minutes outside of the city center. Maybe 15, 20 minutes away from the airport, which is closer to the city center. But the trains will all take you there. It's like I said, everything is very well connected. And I'm sorry, my phone is, should have put it on do not disturb here, but yes, that's my mom right there walking around. As far as getting steps in, I got in over 11,000 steps, and I say over 11,000 because my battery started, of course, my battery just was going. We were gone for over 8 hours. I think we left out of the Sheraton. That's where we're staying. We left there probably, I'm trying to remember, maybe noon. And then we didn't get back to closer to 8 or 9, which is pretty late for Tokyo because, if you know anything about Tokyo or Japan, the sun comes out really early in the morning. I'm talking about 4 o'clock in the morning. The sun will rise. I think it rised at 4:23 a.m. And yeah, this is some pictures. We went into a little animal pet store where you can purchase animals. My sons love them, and I said I do too. They're so cute. Can't take any back with us, but we did take a few pictures, so that's what you're seeing here. But yes, it didn't cost us much to come here. We did go on Delta Vacation, so we're staying in a nice hotel. It's the Sheraton Bay Hotel in the Disney area. You can fine. Around this time, Nakano, that's where we were. This is called Nakano Broadway. I'm glad this came back. But you can fly from Atlanta to Tokyo in June. Well, I don't know, it changes all the time. But I guess between, I'll say, $2,000 per person for the hotel and flight. But then that doesn't include food and, excursions. So you might want to add another $1,000 to that to cover food and excursions. If you're cheap, say $500. But I say you'll have a good time for about $3,000 per person. If you do it with a tour company or something, that's going to go anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 per person, especially if you want English tours, guided tours, way more structured itinerary, which I'll be happy to, do that for somebody, books that type of experience because, I don't knock them. And what I mean by that is that you have to know what type of travel person you are, what type of traveler you are. I'm the type of person who doesn't like a super structured travel schedule because I travel a lot. So I'm one of those more that likes to just explore and figure things out as I go. But somebody who, let's say, doesn't travel but maybe once or twice a year, they may want a more structured schedule. And that works, say, for example, when I take students on a trip, the schedule is super structured, but at the same time, it's a trip and not a vacation. So you got to know what you want. Do you want a trip or a vacation or a combination of both? I would say this is more so a combination of both a trip and a vacation. And why do I say that? I say that because, as you can see, we're doing a lot. And walking 10,000 plus steps a day while traveling is part trip. The rest, when you get to rest and stay in the hotel a little while and enjoy the hotel, that's a vacation. Now, this is us in the Shibuya district. My oldest son, really wanted to go here. He said this is like the hub of everything that's happening in Japan. So this was our last stop for the day on our third day exploring and walking around Japan, and this is where we got all the rest of our steps. As you can see, there's a lot of construction going on. So we were walking outside of a mall that was connected to the Shibuya train station, and then there was a really big mall that we went in that had like so many stories that it probably would take a whole day just to walk through. This is us about to cross the street, so we're trying to ride. My oldest son said that it's the second busiest or the busiest. I'm trying to remember what's the second busiest or busiest street to cross. There's usually about 3,000 people crossing the street at the same time. It is like a thing. Like, as you can see, I'm trying to show you all the people that are crossing the street, and it's like a thing to cross this major street. It's giving Times Square times 10. So we might as well say this street was more so like, but we're walking towards the street actually. And so you're going to see the pictures, but this street is like Times Square times 10, right? So Times Square on steroids. It was just so many people. I will say this: if you are more reclusive, you may not like this area because it is very busy. There are tons of people, and even though I believe that people in the Asian culture are very mannerable, they will run right into you, like especially if they're getting off of work. They're not really paying attention. It's kind of like they're drones a little bit because everybody is just like falling in line, trying to get. They don't really, it's if you've been to New York, you know what I'm talking about. It is that vibe. It is that same vibe. And I will say, what I noticed is that they're more deep into their phones than we are in America. I would feel like we notice that a lot of people in the culture, they are super glued to their phones, especially your younger people. Not necessarily the older people, but I guess the Gen Z, they are hooked. I mean, like, you can see it just in these pictures alone. They pretty much, you have to kind of wave your hand in front of them just so they won't run into you while looking at their phones.
We got an ATM right here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What is it? Wait, here's street front. Everybody recording? Just across the street. Everybody recording somebody they cross the street. Where you going now?
All right, so once we cross the street, we headed to this building right here. It is a huge building, and it's a mall. It is known for, each floor has its own theme. I think the first floor that we went on was mainly fragrances, or different oils and scents. It was just it smelled really good. Or, but you'll see when I show you the pictures. But this is us still crossing the street, so trying to get over to that area. As you can see, there's tons of people crossing the street at the same time. But this is a popular place. My son actually found it on social media, because I didn't know much about this district until he told me. My oldest son had told me about it. So glad that I was able to come over here, because a lot of what you see on TV, you do see like Tokyo being really busy. Now this is a park. I wasn't able to go to this park, but this is a famous park across the street. This is the mall that I was talking about here, and this is us walking in. They had a lot of pastries. I have not seen so many pastry stores in my life. I'm gonna be real with you, I have not. They have tons. As soon as you walk in the mall, they were just like pastry stores that looked like the way they were set up. Looked like it was kind of like jewelry or something, or makeup counters. So that was like unique to me. And then if you ever been to I know back in the day in Atlanta, we had a Riches or a Macy's that was downtown and had several different floors. This is just like that times 10 again. Just really just a lot of floors of shopping. I don't know, Anyway, while we were here, I got 11,184 steps. My battery was going dead. So we went upstairs to the food court. This is right next to the food court. And this is at a restaurant that we ate at, or next to a restaurant that we ate out at that evening. So we got a really good sky view right at the top of the building, as you can see. And we closed the evening out. By getting dinner. We had like a 10-course meal, which was about 8,000 yen. You could choose from steak or chicken. It was another mid dish I forgot about, but like I said, we took our last pictures and we headed into the restaurant. This is not the name of the restaurant, I just like the picture of it, but this is us inside of the restaurant, which had a really good sky view. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get pictures of the food because my battery died, so we'll end the video here. But thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Have a great day.